watching The Trek Collector, and let the Battle of the D's commence.
Okay guys, so yes, this is the Battle of the D's, and first up we have the Corgi 2006 against the Jumbo D. Now, if you haven't caught my review on the Jumbo D, check out my review on the Jumbo D. So I'm going to put this aside for 2 minutes, and we'll look at this fella. So, released in 2006 as part of the 40th anniversary of Star Trek, this bad boy went for the grand total of £9.99. What a deal. Now, as far as I can remember as well, this is one of the first ships that actually put in this fantastic Aztecan. Now, the hull colour's wrong. Phaser banks, wrong colour. And our lifeboats, good dear lord, they are the wrong colour. But we're going to look in a little bit closely, a couple of details that was missing on the Eagle Moss. So here's our transporter emitters and or arrays. And they have the little stripes that I was saying about. Another great thing as well is these are not just paint applied. The windows, they are actually coloured in, and the alignment is fairly spot on except for one, which is quite interesting, where we'll see that mistake being made. But we go into the bridge as well. Nice detail on the bridge, sensor array around there. We've got our NCC 1701D in the correct colour. It's in the yellow. And we also have, and these are the missing lifeboats that I was telling you about on our Eagle Moss one. So these lifeboats here in between the Arboretum windows, okay? Phaser banks on the back. There does seem to be a different size, and this was pointed out in the comments below, and well done, I forgot. The shuttle bays are 2 different sizes. And Eagle Moss has the shuttle bay, both shuttle bays the same size. Very hard to make out. But anyway, we're missing deflector kind of colour in here. But if you look at what they did with their deflector, or impulse deflector, what am I saying? The impulse, right? We've no impulse there, okay? Which is a shame. But if we look in here, look what they did here. Yeah, wasn't that nice? Wrong colour, but still nice. Something that would have been nice, a nice touch on the Eagle Moss one. We've got the 2 pinstripes here going down, which is correct, and all the way down to, sorry, get my finger out of the way so I don't block the light down to there. And we have our Enterprise and NCC 1701D. Nice pinstriping, nice colouring on the nacelles. Now, this model is all die cast from the star drive, and from the neck to the primary hull is all plastic. So, neck and saucer section, plastic, and star drive or engineering section is all die cast. Again, the transparent nacelles, which are kind of cool. Probably one of the first ships to actually do it, and then the Eagle Moss kind of did that with most of theirs. Is it transparent? No, sorry, I take it back. The nacelle caps here is actually kind of like a copperish spray, and then it's clear plastic at the top. Well, not clear plastic, obviously dyed in red, which gives us that. But again, great paint application on this model. Lots of detail put in there, in fairness to them. It does come with a stand, don't mind that. A little Delta, with mine broke unfortunately. And again, now this is what I mean with a lot of the Enterprise models. The deflector dish, oh god, it is a bright luminous orange, which is horrible. But apart from that, I like this model for the price. I bought it when it first came out, and you know what? For that price at £9.99, you cannot really be too harsh on this. And again, there is a good bit of detail work done on the ship. Here's the sensor array that I said, and look at the detail on the captain's yacht. A lot more than what we see on the Eagle Moss version. And then if we do go in closely, here is a misaligned paint app. And yes, it's on top. Something similar to what we see on the Eagle Moss version. Now, it was pointed out to me in the comment section below, and this is quite funny, because I do have the technical manual. I always thought there was some form of a deflector array in between decks 9 and 10 around here. But I didn't realise it was actually pointing to these windows. So they're a form of deflector system. Didn't know that. Interesting enough. But that's what the technical manual says. Now, yes, I do know it hasn't been on screen, so therefore it's not canon. But it's kind of cool when you do look at the technical manuals on those bits and pieces. So, Bandit, you have a long username. So, Bandit, I hope you know who I'm referring to. Thanks for your comment in my comment section below. And otherwise than that, yeah, she is quite nice. So, She's 8 inches, just under 8 inches long. And the Jumbo D from Eagle Moss is just 8.5. Now, as I always say about the one thing that Eagle Moss has got really, really well on this, I think it's the correct colour. So that is Corgi against that is the Corgi against the Jumbo Enterprise D from Eagle Moss. Now, £9.99 when it came out to £49.90 sterling. Big price difference, but if you want to get yourself one of these, go on to ebay.co.uk. Probably better off for my UK subscribers. There is one of these on eBay at the moment, going for £9.99. I can't remember what postage and packaging is, but that's a steal. That's the original price. It does come with its stand, and grab it. That's a cool bargain. So hope that adds a nice little Star Trek ship to somebody's collection. So without going on furthermore, we're going to move on to our next ship. So I'm going to do them by size, and we're going to bring up the Ashima. Okay, folks, so next up on the Battle of the Ds is Eagle Moss against Ashima Enterprise D. Now, this is a little sweet. Now, this one, she has a good few mistakes on her, bless her, but she is nice. This is the TV edition that comes with a little shuttle pod, which is a nice little add-in. Kind of cool. Nice detail on it, I have to say. Very funky. I like it. But going back to the ship itself, she has nice little USS Enterprise, little plaque. Very nice. Nice little display stand. Now, this is going to be fun. Before I pull her apart, we'll just go in close to people. So they've gone for the dark phaser banks. Okay, nothing too wrong there. The colour is off. Now, they do have a movie version of this, which is more the duck egg blue. Again, we see where we missed in our Eagle Moss one is the little grooves there for the transporters. The lifeboats on this one don't seem too bad, but a little bit off in my opinion. I think they're just a little bit too yellow. Shuttle bay door on the back is, no, it's way too grey. They have got the NCC 1701D, they're just missing the Enterprise, but they do have the missing lifeboats, the Arboretum windows. They have the correct pinstripe. And finally, yes, we have shuttle bays 2 and 3 in the correct size, which is quite nice. Better with the Impulse, much better. Aft photon torpedo launcher. We have our starboard and port lights. Look at the way the nacelles glow on this. This is quite nice. Now I have to be very careful with this model because this does separate, unlike the previous two. There's the thrusters that I said was missing on the Eagle Moss one as well. Okay, just right at the back. Okay, so we've got a lot more detail in here. The Aztecing on this is very, very, very nice, I have to say. I do like it. It's just, I would love to have the movie version of this ship, just to see it in the duck egg blue and how the colours contrast. Great detail here again with the sensor array around the bridge. Great detail in on the bridge. Now, there's a few nitpicks with this model, and this is one I haven't even reviewed yet, you lucky guys. I was saving it. We have our thrusters there, again, missing on our Jumbo D from Eagle Moss. But I'm going to try and turn her. Now, as I said, the magnet isn't strong on this one. There's a few annoying things that came with this model. Now, one as well, this horrible blue. I don't like it at all. On this section, I'll point out to you now, guys. Here. This is, in the technical manual, as I said, is meant to be a deflector. And it's red. It never showed up red in the show. Now, I was waiting to do my review because I'm going to probably at some point try and open this and correct that because that's going to do my nut in. There's some bits of self-assembly here, so you have to kind of put these lifeboats in. These cover up screw joints, which is no harm because I'll want to get at them. So I know, and probably I suppose, you know, you put these in to cover up or if you need to change the lights. So in that respect, I think it was clever, but was a bit unexpected. And then, of course, you had to put on your stickers here for your thrusters. And I've just after noticing I've lost one. Oh no, have to look for that. They've got the deflector array on this suite to a T. I do like that. Great decal in this, I have to say. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the colouring is wrong, but what's cool about this is, wait a second, if I can, I haven't done this in a long time since I got it, but yes, we have the captain's yacht. It is loose about the house. Okay, so that's the captain's yacht. Now, unfortunately, they don't cover the magnet, but oh well. But that is a nice little feature. So the captain's yacht has disembarked. We'll put that back in there. And she separates. Now, again, which is unfortunate, they didn't do anything for the lifeboats here, that they didn't colour them. There's the clamps that we see when the ship separates. We've got the Enterprise put in there, but they're missing a little bit of colouring, which would have been nice. And also, you know, we just see the magnet. Now, the magnet isn't that strong on this, but this ship lights up really, really well. She is fantastic. There's a lot to be said about this model. It is very, very nice. Now, I believe this was retailing for €126 when it first came out. Now, I'm lucky enough that a friend put me wide to a site in Australia that was selling this, and I managed to get it for €130, which is pretty damn sweet, because this is a hard one to find and can go for crazy money on the internet. Now, unfortunately, I did a little bit of checking, and funny enough, I can't even find one on the internet at the moment, and that was just looking at Amazon and eBay. But I do know they can be pricey. I would, as I said, I am in the hunt for the movie one, and I am in the hunt for another version of this ship. But she is quite nice. Now, there is one thing. If you do look at her kind of like that, she looks as though she's missing one or two decks. She's very kind of flat. But this, and the reason why I wanted this for the collection was because solely, I think it goes nice with the Bandai models. And the Bandai are just, to my opinion anyway, they're the most superior models out there. I really wish Bandai got their hands on the Enterprise D. They didn't, unfortunately, which would be nice. But as I said, there's a few problems with some of the colours. They're just a little bit off. And I do always, this is why I have defended the Eagle Moss one, that when you do look at her, you know, her colour is correct. And I would love to see what the movie version of this ship, or have it close up to do a review on it. So, you know, they've addressed some of the issues. I like the bronze copper in there on the nacelles just in front of the buzzards. I think it's fairly cool. But she is nice, and she does, I have to say, the lights on this are fairly great. Bear with us now, and I'm going to kind of kill some of my lights in my room so you can get a better look at this ship. So here she is. Now, isn't that fantastic? Sorry about the speaker lights being on, unfortunately, but we'll go around. Great job on the hull. But the lighting on this is beautiful. Very powerful off the nacelles. I'm going to try and gently lift her up. As I said, the magnet isn't as strong as the Diamond Select, which I'll be showing now in a few minutes. As I said, that bugs me. I will be looking at hopefully modding that and getting that clear. But she is fantastic. She is lovely. I'm delighted I got her. As I said, she's a hard one to find, but she was released in 2011. And as I said, it was about €126. So she's coming in at double the price of the Eagle Moss one. So let's move on to the final ship in the Battle of the D's, the Diamond Select. Now, guys, I'm finally on the Battle of the D's. It's the Diamond Select against the Eagle Moss. Now, the Diamond Select is coming in at over 17 inches long. Again, as you can see there, correct colour, and that's fairly grey. So I'm just going to put the Eagle Moss 1 to a side again, and let's have a little look-see. So, the light bulb colours on this aren't too bad. I think it could be just a little bit lighter. Again, with the Eagle Moss ones, these are just kind of applied on. They have the transporter arrays correct. Okay, we'll go in close enough. You know, nice detail on the bridge. This to me always reminded me of the old AMT model. Just seems very same formation. Sorry, I haven't got I was putting batteries in this for you guys. I haven't had batteries in it in a while. I haven't fitted that in correct, but it does sit in actually better. Missing lifeboats, as I said. Now, unfortunately, we go on about Eagle Moss and quality control. Diamond Select. Yeah, paintbrush went mad there. There's a few other issues I do have with it. The 1701D in yellow, which is correct. Enterprise, okay. So, she is quite nice. Again, Impulse covered in grey, which is such a shame that they didn't do that on the Eagle Moss one. And we have the double line pinstriping. Windows aren't that great on here. And again, the Impulse, not that great. And you can actually see that it looks as though this part is actually coming away from the ship, which is a little bit poor. Again, quality control. We've a little bit more. And then, found my missing decal from my Shima Enterprise, which is grand. It'll be going back on the ship straight away. I'll go in here. The transporter emitters are nicely done here. A bit more greys thrown in. These are put in red, but I believe they should be yellow. So again, even Diamond Select. And the biggest problem with Diamond Select models is their electronics before I even... Now, great thing about the Diamond Select models is this does separate. And unlike the Shima, the battery in this is very heavy. So we'll take a look underneath the sauce section for a start. Throw it over. They've just painted on where the docking clamps go. And with their CBS stuff all written in there, which is a clever way to hide that. And we look in at our windows where Eagle Moss went bad with their alignment, but nothing wrong there. Quite nice. Unfortunately, the captain's yacht is a speaker, but they do have more of the detail in there, and we can actually see that sensor array underneath. And the windows are black, not red like on the Yashima. But the one thing that really is missing from this, and Diamond Select are guilty of just throwing these out and reissuing them. And I believe this is shot up to $99. Now, if you were lucky enough to get the first run of this, this was $50. So it's nearly double in price. Now, if they're going to reissue this kit again, I would love to see them put the Aztecing on it and just clear up some of the mess of the alignment of the windows and stuff like that. They attempted to do Aztecing here and they failed miserably. But, you know, for $50 at the time when this first came out, you could not complain. Lights, sounds, 17 inches, nice big model, nice to sit on a shelf, does take up a lot of space. The stands are atrocious. I'm not even going to take the stand down off this because on this model the stand is actually broken, but on my All Good Things version the stand's fine and I'd like it to stay that way, so I don't particularly want to move it. So what we'll do is we'll play some sounds. She does light up as well. So this is the old one. So if you, actually, I think if you do hold in, the lights will stay on. Quite nice. And I'll kill the lights again on this. I'm just going to put the saucer section back on. As I said, you get a nice little sound there. Put join in there, and then. The nice thing about this model is that the lights do stay on. So. Not too keen on the sounds. Now the reissue of these models, what they started doing was bridge running sounds that kept on running and they'd have the nacelles light up and all the lights on, which is become a nice new feature of these ships. So if they do reissue, Diamond Select, if you're watching, please give us Aztecin and give us those running sounds. So again, the main thing with this ship is the colour. They've got the colour right. So that is the Diamond Select. And as I said, it's gone fairly heavy on price. Just trying to get that in correct. So, right, before I go, I'll put them all side by side. And then I'll let you guys decide on which you think. Now, it wouldn't really be much of a review if I didn't show this one with the lights off in the background. Now, great powerful LEDs with the nacelles and the deflector array, but the letdown is the primary hull has no lights, and I don't think it would have been too hard to bore them out and put some LED strips in there, or the secondary hull. So another thing to add to the list of what they could do or improve. So, you know, if they did those few bits and pieces, I'd say that would be a fantastic model. So the Aztecin, and put some lighting in on the primary and secondary hull. So let's see them all together. Okay, folks, so here are all the ships. So this one here is the Eaglemoss, £50 sterling or €65. We have the Ashima, 1/2000 scale. That was released back in 2011. And it was retailing for €126.59. And then we have the Diamond Select Enterprise D, which was first released in 2009. And if you got the first issue, you're talking about around $50, which is very sweet. As I said, then we go to... Now, what I wanted to say about this one is, you can pay up to about £140 for this on Amazon at the moment. You could probably find it cheaper on eBay every now and again. Diamond Select do have the tendency to re-release these, and sometimes as well, if you do go to Star Trek conventions and stuff like that, just check around, you will see it. This ship does come up, so it's not that rare at the moment. So, you know, don't be rushing in, and sometimes you might be better off just sitting and waiting before you buy this. They do have a tendency to re-release this ship. I would like to see is, as I said, the primary hull and the secondary hull, the lights bored out and a bit of lighting in there would be cool, and the Aztecin. And then we go back to the Corgi, which was back in 2006 for the 40th anniversary. And, you know, great price for that. That was £9.99, so you cannot argue. So that's the 4 ships, guys. I did some modification on my D since I last reviewed her. So I've covered the Impulse engines a little bit, and I did go in at these windows. Now, I will say, just be very careful, unless you're an experienced model and you have very good time and patience. These windows are very tricky. Watch your phaser array. Unfortunately, because they put these all in black, when you use nail polish remover, it will smudge heavily. So you have to clean up in there. So you're trying to battle, as in, to get rid of the black from the windows that you're removing, plus clean enough to get down to the base color, but you don't want to remove any of the base color. And it's just a little too fine for me to get in at those windows, so I'm just leaving them blank at the moment. I think it looks a lot better. So guys, that is all the ships. Please let us know in the comment section below which one of these ships is your favorite. And as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, Slán go fóill, Iarrá, and look forward to reading your comments.